The other day I was bored like a 5-year-old waiting for the next project to start. I sat there and started looking around my shop and I saw my kids' plastic flimsy workbench. So in this video, I'm going to build my kids the most epic workbench you've ever seen. My plan is to build this bench from material I already have on hand. I'm not going to spend a cent on this project. This bench is going to be made mostly of pine, MDF, and a little bit of maple. I start by marking the center of a couple 2x4s, and these will become the legs of the bench. I rip them in half on the bandsaw. I then clean them up on the planer until I had a perfectly square leg. I then trimmed everything to the required length. I would first trim off 1/8 of an inch and then bump the end into my stop block and make the cut. I stood the legs up to try to get an idea of the size to make this. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm making this completely on the fly. No plans. I ripped down some undesirable looking pine for the stretcher pieces. Next, I planed down the undesirable looking wood to make it look desirable and to bring it down to 3/4 of an inch. And just like the legs, I cut them down to the required length. Here I have the legs, the side, top and bottom stretcher, and front and back, top and bottom stretcher. And unlike your kids, I actually like mine, so I decided to round over all the edges so they don't get splinters. And I joined everything with pocket holes. Not only did I want this project to be cheap, I also wanted it to be quick. I first assembled the sides, then attached them to the front and back stretchers. I used some spacer blocks to make sure the bottom stretcher will be the exact same height all around. I then cut a piece of 1/4 inch hardboard to the appropriate size. This will be the bottom shelf. I marked out where the legs go so that I can cut them out on the bandsaw. I then dropped it in and zipped some screws to help hold it in place. Next I need to attach the top, but I was a dummy and I forgot to drill the pocket holes to attach it. I had to use a right angle attachment to drill the pocket holes. There just wasn't enough room to fit my drill. I am just using a piece of 3/4 inch MDF for the top. To make it look prettier, I am going to band the edges with some maple that is 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I am just attaching it with glue and brad nails. To fill the holes, I just squirt some glue in them, and while the glue is wet, I sand the holes with my Orbital sander. The holes will disappear before your eyes. And because I like my kids more than yours, I rounded the edges, just an 1/8 inch round over. Any more than that, it starts to look like a Boy Scouts project. Well, I have the bench portion finished, and I could stop here, but nope, I'm not done yet. This bench needs a pegboard tool wall. I start by cutting some rough pine to a rough size. and plane it down to 3/4 of an inch. I want to make this bench personal for my kids, so I'm using my CNC to route out the piece for the top and engrave a description on it. This CNC is the best employee I have ever had. It never complains and always puts his tools away when he is done. I then cut, planed, and cut the sides and bottom pieces. I roughly laid the pieces how they would go so I could get a measurement for the pegboard. Now I don't have any pegboard laying around, but I do have some 1/8" white hardboard and a CNC router. The frame for the pegboard needs a groove. Luckily, one pass over the table saw was the exact fit for the 1/8" pegboard. To reinforce the miters, I am just using a couple dominoes. This glue up was a little bit tricky. I would glue the miter together, clamp them tight, and then flex the pegboard till it pops into place. And just a few screws to hold on the bottom piece. Then I clamped it to the back of the bench and zipped some screws in. If I make this again, I would incorporate the back legs into the pegboard frame. Now, I could call this done, but it needs something like a vise. I cut a few pieces of maple, glued them together temporarily, drilled some holes for 3/4 inch wood dowels and a 3-inch threaded rod. I separated the two pieces, sanded them and rounded over the edges, and added a T-nut for the threaded rod. I attached a smaller piece to the workbench with 2 screws. I then drilled the 3 holes through the stretcher so the dowel and threaded rod could pass through. I glued the 2 dowels into the bigger piece with Starbond's medium thick glue, and I added a couple screws for added strength. I then hacked a piece of 3/8 threaded rod to length, and this felt like it took forever. I jammed 2 nuts onto one end and then threaded it on from the back of the stretcher. Jam a couple more nuts at a desired distance from the bench, then slide in the other half of the vise and add a washer and jam 2 more nuts. It works! No way! For the handle, I'm using a piece of 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 maple. I drilled a 1-inch hole, then ripped the corners off on the table saw and cut it to 3 inches long on the miter saw. then drilled a hole for a 3/8 T-nut. I secured the T-nut with a couple screws. Next, I threaded it on and tightened it with a wrench. For the handle, I am using a 1-inch dowel with 2 pieces of maple to stop it from sliding out. Next, I attach the jaws. I am just gluing them on with Starbond's medium thick CA glue. I made some pegboard hooks from 1/8" steel rod. They were pretty easy to make using a vise and a hammer. And just like that, it is all finished. I think it turned out pretty great, and I'm pretty sure my kids are going to love it. And that is it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining. And if you're new to my channel, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload a new video. And like always, we'll see you in the next one.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.